Okay, so see, in real time, what happens? So why we
Mhm.
need to read data from external files? Now in real time, when I'm doing login, logout, username, password. So this all I cannot hard code in the code. Why I cannot hard code in the code? Let's say today XYZ login credentials are working. Username certain set of username and password is working. Tomorrow it may not work. Understood. Tomorrow it may not work because it may get deleted from the system. So let's say if I use that in the code, if I have used in the code 100 times, so I have to change it for 100 times. Sure, but if I'm reading from a certain file, what I can do, I can just change it from the single area and it will reflect in on all the files. Yes or no? If I made
Yes.
changes, I'll make it in the single
Mhm.
file and it will be reflected in all the code. So if I'm reading from the
Mm-mm.
file, so that's why I need to read for data from the external files. And reading data from JSON in Playwright is very simple. Just need to know how to parse a JSON, how to read a JSON that you need to know. That is important. So you know how to read a JSON? Any idea?
Mm, mm.
Sample JSON. So actually JSON is required if we are doing API testing everywhere. JSON thing is required. Okay. Sample
Okay.
JSON. So uh, I'll I'll try to explain you in a sample JSON, simple JSON, that how we can access a particular element from that. How to access a particular element. So first you need to understand JSON, then only you can understand how to parse the JSON. Understood?
Okay. Mm.
So let's say that I have a file. Not bad. So, so let's say this is the JSON. Okay. Now this whole thing is the parent. Now whichever are present in the same but level, they are siblings. Just like XPath, you remember, right? You have read XPath? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Remember that
Yes,
or not?
yes. Yeah, yeah,
We have
yes.
read XPath, right? Similarly, whichever are present in the same line, they are all siblings. Now, when I write inside a particular node, this become the child of preference. Now, this one become the child of preference.
Okay.
But these are all one siblings. Now, let's say this JSON name is data. Let's say this JSON name is data. So if I want to access username, so very simple data dot username. Okay. If I want to access theme, so what I have to do? Data dot first preference. Preference is child of data. I have to go to the preference.
Mm.
Then theme is the child of preference. So then dot theme. Then I can access the theme. If I have to access theme, then I have to use data preference dot theme. But you have to access username, data dot username. Understood?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Now, if I have to access user, now wherever you will be seeing this square bracket, this will just be an array. So this will be the array. That means roles has different value now. Like username has just one value coded 123, but roles has an array of values. We have read about array in TypeScript, right? So it will have an array of value. It have multiple value. So if I want to access a single value, let's say I want to access the admin value, then what I have to do? I have to write data dot role dot sorry role one. So if I write that, it will access this value, admin. If I write 0, it will access user. I can write just 0 and 1 array, the indexing starts from 0 and it goes on. So I have two values, so it will have index just 0 and 1. So if I write data.role1, then it will access admin. Understood?
Yes. So it comes looks like an array.
Okay. So I understood how to access each of the elements of that particular JSON, how to parse that. So this is called JSON parsing. Let's say if I
Okay.
have one more thing like this, then tell me how you'll access that. Now you reply me how to do that. Let's say I have, let's say now address. Yeah, yes. Okay. Now inside that I will have town village. So let's say pin code 12245 and city, let's say ABC. I think I have here. Village also I'll have that same thing. Here maybe the value each 54789. Here I give it. So now tell me if I want to access the value of this city, what I will do? How to write that? Tell me. If you understood that, you can tell me this also. How to access the value of this data of this city?
So I have to use the data dot village. Um,
What I told you. This square bracket means this is an array.
Array. Yeah. So it's
Okay.
a 0 and this is the 1 and the village is the.
Not village town will not be there also.
Mhm.
Because it's an array, so village town will be not there. So if I want to access this city, then what I'll do? What I'll do? Data dot address first I need to access the parent node first.
Address.
So data dot
Yeah,
address,
address.
ADDRESS. Now I want to access this city. So this is the second element in the array. Show
It's
address
a
one. Address one. Now
1.
inside that I want to access city. So dot city.
Okay.
That's it. Simple.
Okay.
Understood?
Got it. Got it. Yeah, got it.
So this is how we'll be accessing the array. Now let's create a JSON. Okay, let's create a JSON
Okay.
inside our Visual Studio. So we have files, right? Here only I can create. Here, let me create one file. Data dot JSON. Okay. Always remember in JSON, your this key, these are key value pair. Key will always be in double quotes, or else it will throw error.
Okay.
Your key always be in double quotes and it will be string. It cannot be number. But your value, that can be number. This is number, right? It can be string. It can be boolean. Okay, it can be multiple types. But your this key will always be in double quotes and it will be a string only. Okay, this is the property of JSON.
Okay.
Now what we'll do, we'll try to read the value from this JSON. Okay, we'll try to read the value from this JSON. So how to read that? Let's see. Let me create one test file here. So read JSON dot spec dot here. So first we'll be writing import data from. Okay, so what I need to write? Import data from what? Data from files. Why we are doing this? We have already read in path class, right? When we are discussing how to use path, we have already know. We have to come out
Mm.
from the file to the parent directory. For that, we are using dot dot. Then from there, we will
Dot
go inside the
okay.
file folder. Then from there, we want to go to the data.json. Okay.
Okay.
Now, what will we do? We are using this data. Now this data will be this one, what we discussed now. This data will be this one. You can give any other name. I can give XYZ also. I'm giving data, so I'm using data. So this data will represent the parent directory of the whole JSON. Now, if I want to not expect, because these are just assertion, we'll try to print it so that we can say, okay. So data dot, first I will do what I have in my JSON.
But we didn't
ID.
get it. But,
Which one you didn't get it?
so
Tell me. Ask which one?
you said that data.id. Before that, how to push from the how to get it from that file.
See, we have already discussed here, right? We have already discussed how to get the data from the file. Yes or no? We've already discussed
This
that.
one I know. Yeah, yeah.
Uh, Now what I did, I created a JSON here. Now that I am doing import data from files data.json. So this data is representing this only.
Yeah.
But I have written
Okay.
data, right? The JSON root node means the whole JSON I'm giving a name data. Okay,
Okay.
this whole JSON I'm giving. If I've given XYZ, so instead of data, I already used XYZ here.
Oh, that's what I got confused. Okay, yeah, got it.
Understood?
Yeah,
Now, so
yeah.
using that data, I want to read all this. I want to read the role one, this admin. So I am using this one, data.role1,
Okay.
correct? Similarly, if I want to read the username, data.username, just whatever we discussed, that only I'm using, same thing.
Mm-mm.
Similarly, if I want to use console.log, next what we wanted to use, city,
Data.
that I can use.
Mm,
Data.address. Next, what I wanted
yes.
to read, theme.
Different.
So I can use this.
Uh,
Yeah, I can use that. So now if I will run, you will see that it will print all the values here in the terminal. Okay. Now let's run it. What is the file name? I have to give here read JSON. That's spell.ts. Okay. J is small, right? JSON. Nice caps up. Run it. See, it printed, right?
yeah.
Data.roll1. Data.roll1 is what? Admin. So admin got printed. Yes or no? Next is
Yeah.
data.username.
Username.
Data that username is coded 123, 123 got printed.
Yeah.
Next is what? Data address one city.
Plus one
So
city.
address one city means this one city DFG. DFG got printed.
DFC. Yeah.
Correct.
And the
Then
theme.
data.preference.read. Data.preference dark, so dark got printed. Understood? How to read, how
Yeah.
to read from a JSON and how to do it in Visual Studio using.
Yes. Got it.
Okay. So this is all about how to read from JSON file.
JSON file. Okay.
In real time also, all the data will not be hard coding in the code. You have to keep it in a JSON file. From the JSON file, you have to read it. So while discussing framework, we'll see how we'll be using all the data from JSON file. We'll not keep a single data in the code. All the data which you are entering in the text area in the UI, that will be from JSON file only. You will read it from that external file. Nothing will be getting hard coded in the code because the same thing you will use it. Let's say username. You will log in at 100 places. So 100 places, if you have hard coded it, sometime it changes. You have to change in 100 places. But if you are reading from a single JSON file, just in one place will change. It will get reflected everywhere. Understood why you are doing it?